The players have just started. Queen's pawn opening from white, black's knight coming out. Which opening will we see from Magnus Carlsen? Okay, this so far, until this last move, was a repeat of a game that these two played earlier in the day. Magnus now pushing a pawn, creating maximum tension on white's center. White's pawn's in the middle, defended by a knight. So Ding, with this last move, playing very solid chess. White could have gained space, but that would have led to maybe less solid position. So now Magnus asking Ding a question. He gives check, very early check. This is a trendy move, bringing his queen out, attacking the white king, and no matter how white blocks, there are downsides to all of them. You definitely don't want to move the white king out of the check, because then white would lose castling rights. White would never be able to castle again. But if you block, for example with the bishop, the white bishop actually gets a bit in the way. The knight might get hit by another piece. Magnus just forcing Ding to make a big decision at this early stage.
I was wondering in this game, if we would see a rather quick draw. Magnus, we know he likes to play the blitz. You feel like he is a favorite in the blitz. For Ding, you know, a draw or win, it's the same. Is this a position that could be a quick draw?
It could be, but I do think Magnus will try, because he does know a loss and a draw is pretty much the same. So,
and he's laughing.
He's laughing. Maybe he can hear us. Maybe, yeah. I think he wouldn't mind the tiebreak so much, but I should mention, over the board, Magnus Carlsen for around 10 years was undefeated in blitz tiebreaks until Ding Liren came along 1 year at the Singfield Cup, and Ding beat Magnus in tiebreaks there. So if this one does go down to the blitz, there isn't a big favourite. Magnus looking very happy meanwhile. We'll try and ask him why maybe a bit later on. Maybe he knows he's out of quarantine soon, as he mentioned yesterday, so that making him smile. And as we saw, black giving check, white's knight blocked, and now Magnus pounces him.
Yeah. He's just laughing away, but okay, this next move is a little bit unexpected from Ding, because okay, the main move is actually to step the queen 2 squares forward and attack the knight.
Yeah, so white's last move allowing black to seize the bishop pair. We did see a trade for black's knight for white's dark squared bishop, and now white castling. Black will castle soon, I think. And still a lot of tension. Black does have his dark squared bishop, which is unrivaled, and that's going to give Magnus some optimism long term. Okay, the black knight comes out, putting pressure, more pressure on the middle of the board.
Yeah, and now I think it's important now not to be tempted to advance the central pawn, push it 1 square forward, attacking the knight, because then that would lengthen the diagonal for Magnus. Instead, I would much prefer it to keep the position close. Is Magnus still laughing again? He's like, maybe he's watching your pawn push-up challenge.
Maybe he's watching the football challenge, the pawn push-up challenge, and
yeah, well,
that is his sense of humour, Magnus. But yeah, he will refocus shortly on the chess.
Just been told David has to do 100 push-ups.
He knows I have no chance. And Magnus, he's got a healthy position for now on the board, so he does have the luxury of being able to have a little chuckle to himself. And often, actually, if you're happy, you play good chess. So.
I think he's really struggling now. Look at that, closing his eyes. Focus.
Deep breaths, Magnus.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Ding, as Yifan mentioned, he has one big question to answer, and actually, it's a quite critical moment at this early stage. He just has to deal with his central pawn on a dark square. White's central pawn now attacked 3 times, and when you defend it twice, he has to move it, exchange it, or defend it. And you mentioned defending it.
Defend it, you know, because it's very, very tempting to just push the pawn forward, attack pieces, you know, gain space, but look who you release. You release this dark squared bishop.
draw either way. A draw or a win for white. We will head to tie breaks.
Most likely, yeah. It's looking that way. And Magnus, look how quickly he's been playing. Maybe he's just warming up for those tie breaks by practicing playing instantly. And Ding, meanwhile, maybe will have to make a bigger adjustment to those tie breaks to having much less time on the clock, because he's been down in every game, I think, today so far on the clock. And we do see a rook trade. Ding's just trying to be cynical in this one. He's just trying to eliminate all the potential pitfalls in the future by eliminating pieces.
I mean,
he would love another rook trade if he could.
Doesn't he have an immediate draw, actually? You know, because step back with the knights.
Yep, we're going to see it.
Yep, and now rook check.
The white rook will step up, kicking the black king away, then the white rook will drop back again, attacking the central pawn.
Exactly. That's what I expect to see. I don't see any winning chances whatsoever for Magnus, or even a way to kind of continue the game.
Yeah, me neither.
I mean, usually they do move repetitions, right, to take draws. Could this be a situation with offer?
Yeah, that's what he's going for now, Ding. He gives check, the black king has to move, and okay, the white rook didn't go back to where it came from, offering that move repetition. Instead, it's actually attacking a pawn from behind, so maybe more ambitious from Ding, this last move. He could have probably just forced a draw there instantaneously if he just brought his rook back. The black king would have had to retreat, but Ding said, why go for a draw when I can maybe just try and pick up a pawn?
But could Magnus offer a draw? Push that draw button?
Yeah, he could. We're past move 30, so it is allowed, I think. But yeah,
but that would hurt.
Yeah, also it's not Magnus' style. For as long as I've known him, I very rarely see him offer a draw. I think it's a world champion's pride, right? Your opponents are the ones who get on their knees and beg for that draw.
And also he'll have
but
a
wait,
bit of
we have a draw.
Oh, Magnus resigns.
Because I was going to say, he did that against the Iranian. He just resigned. He was like, fine, I don't care about this game anymore.
Yeah, he knows it's the same.
He changed his t-shirts to the clever one, and then, but I think today we won't see the clever t-shirt.